feel it. But I'm used to that. You have no idea. We have slept more somehow. Oh, can you add everybody in Discord?
Oh, I found my kids. Yes.
Oh, yay! Can I have
Okay, we'll take one. One. Over there. Here's one.
What's that?
They're just holding for someone, I think. Oh no.
Sorry. Crazy.
This thing's really handy. Yeah, this is amazing, Paul. This is the mic. Okay.
Thank you. I know how this works. Hold on. Oh my God. There we go. Thanks. Let me make sure it's turned on this time. It is.
Are we ready, everyone? Is that Are we live yet? No.
Yeah.
We're live. Yeah. Bring them in.
Oh, this is about dead.
Here we go.
Yeah. Oh, it's not connecting right. I don't know what that means.
That is fine.
I don't know. It was doing weird things. Okay. Yeah. Things. I don't know if that's weird, but yeah. I don't. Even with the lights on, it might be too dark. It's just dark. Can you light it up over here maybe with some torches?
If we're gonna turn the lights back on.
I know, but even with the I think okay. Even if we just get near the like players.
Great. How was that storm for y'all? Yeah? Yeah, were y'all in the tent? Even listen.
No, you had to run to the tent.
Huh?
You had to run to the tent.
You're right. Okay. Okay. Did the tent protect you pretty well?
Yes, but did we protect the tent?
Are we bringing in the jury?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask about that.
Oh.
Okay. Before we get started, we're going to bring in the jury, starting with our first juror, Vinny.
Are we not?
Thank you.
Oh, fine.
All right, and next we will have Timothy joining us for the first time.
It's just like a flashlight pointing that we just can't see them. I did. It's not a lot.
For the viewers at home, Timothy has recovered and he's joining us for his first tribal council since being medically evacuated. All right, and our latest juror is Taylor.
So, as this is your first tribal council, jury is present to observe and only observe, and they will take the information with them to help them decide the winner of the game.
Absolutely. And since this is your first tribal council, we are going to ask you to get fire. Instead of removing your torch and bringing it to the flame, we're going to give you a lighter, and each of you one at a time are going to go find your torch and light it. All right? And so we'll call you up.
So,
Oh, that'll help too.
Fire is life in this game. When your fire is out, so are you.
Can you see where it
Start
needs to
with you.
be? I think it's right here, honestly.
yeah, I think it's yeah. Okay.
I'm the fast.
I think I'll stand up. I thought I was gonna sit because my legs hurt, but now my ass hurts bad. It's a bad idea. Thanks. Do you see? It keeps. I don't. It must be. What is it? Yeah. Did we tell the Discord that we're in live?
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody notified
You what?
the Discord that we're live?
Yes.
Can somebody bring an ice for Tug's knee?
Yeah, a bag of ice will be fine, and just get it prepared, and she can get it after tribal council. All right, please over.
There is a distinct lack of ponchos.
I haven't showered either in solidarity. No, I haven't. Not since yesterday. Okay, well. All right, I see you have fire.
So,
All
fire is life, and when your fire is out, so are you. And someone's torch will be snuffed tonight.
So I guess let's start with the last challenge. Tell us about it. Tell us what happened. Tell us your strategy. Tell us, how it faltered or failed. What went on? Okay. Anyone else have commentary for our jury over here? What the challenge was like, and how about Lynn? You explain the challenge a bit. What happened on? Mm-hmm.
I did my strategy was to just keep walking, keep my elbow down, and then the second that I like found the box, reach down, and then you give that signal after she can let me know if that's the box that I should take. I don't know if this is a strategy that everybody took. I know that it was a little hard for some people to center themselves and go back.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that was something.
Okay. So then let's chat with Ash, because Ash, you were the caller. So what were you thinking going into it? What were you trying to do? What was your strategy?
I was trying to be louder than Andrea. That did not work. I did notice that our word had more than one way to break down, and there's only had the one. Like break is spelled two different ways, and blend only one. So I could have messed up there. But I really think it was BREAK. But that's fine. I think what happened was I was trying to make sure that everybody got to theirs, and they were just quicker. They were just faster. And then Tug almost took out Katie.
Or was it vice versa? Because one of us couldn't see. Why would you be in my blindfolded way? That doesn't even make sense. It was very clearly.
Did you like the challenge? Was it fun? Was it fun being like locked to the rail and having to break that code?
Yes, I did. I also I couldn't. I wish I'd looked at the lock first, because I didn't know where to line the numbers up.
Okay.
There was not a set space where I knew where to line the letters up.
So you didn't see the marks on the lock?
There was not an indentation, but an outer, like
It was
there was
raised.
a
Yeah, the raised
space,
one.
but I wasn't sure if that was where I was supposed to do. But I think that's where I was supposed to do it. I've never seen a lock like that before.
I was going to go for the closest box.
We were for specific boxes. And, ended up being that the person who got to the box first was the person that got that box.
Did you anticipate them moving?
I did not.
Because I think it was Purple that asked us if those were going to be the final locations, and we shrugged. So was a little bit of a twist that was intended and planned.
At one point, Kat, you got turned around. Tell us about what happened there.
I got to the box fine. Then I did get major turned around. I kept going left, and I was like, this, because we had talked about it beforehand that she was going to call my left. And I was like, I keep turning left, and then I was so confused. I was like going around in circles, I felt like, and I had no orientation of where anybody was. Like there were voices coming from every single direction, so I could not figure out the right way to
Was
go.
your team at the mat calling you home?
I could hear people at the end, but I think it was like already when the other team was already on the next part or something, because I was already almost there by the time I heard where they were at. Because when I was going in circles, I could hear voices everywhere, and so I didn't know where to go.
So did anyone think that, what am I trying to say? Was there a strategy in who was going to be blindfolded versus who was going to be Ash? Like, what was that? Was it a consensus? Did Ash volunteer? Or
How did that conversation?
yeah, how that whole conversation happened?
We started with Tug being the person, and then we learned that she had to run.
Ah, I see.
I
I
was
see.
like, there's no way anybody's gonna be louder than me. But then when it called for running, I was like, okay.
Our strategy also depended a little bit on who would be sitting out. So we had to come to that decision first.
And that was the next thing I was going to ask is the sitting out, because it did end up being Felix,
Yeah.
right? So what was that strategy? What was that conversation like?
I actually asked to be put out because I'm having some knee issues, and so it was hurting. And so
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's
That's
mean,
fair.
yeah, absolutely fair.
So let's talk about your tribe dynamics. I mean, this is the first time you've come here. How was it back at camp after the challenge? Was there scrambling happening? You didn't really have a ton of space to go once the storm hit, right? So tell us about what happened when you got back.
We all sat down and we're talking, and then Lynn was like, listen, we don't have a lot of time. We could all break apart and start talking. And we did. And then I could hear the rain hit the other camp, and I could hear it coming through the trees. And we were
Wow.
like, we need to stop. Yeah.
Now we're like,
We're gonna go. And with lightning and thunder.
Yeah, we were out here setting up and we're like, oh, abort.
And then it was just, we all moved into the tent. We did get our ponchos, and some of us were outside, but it just was scary with the lightning and everything, and we all just moved inside.
Yeah.
yeah.
Really close to Cat.
Yeah.
We sent Garrett volunteered to come and check on y'all, and so he did come down there while y'all were in the tent. I don't know if you knew, but Garrett was coming to check on both tribes, so we did think about you. So let's go back a little. So this is your first tribal, because you did you were going to go to tribal council 2 ago. And, unfortunately, there was a medical evacuation with Tim. How did that change? Like, does anyone want to talk about like how things would have been different, or what you were thinking either before or after, or while you were waiting to figure out what happened? Who wants to talk about that?
It kind of let us postpone
Yeah.
what we had to do, because as soon as you told us that he was evacuated, it was like, well, now we don't really have to talk about it.
Yeah.
We can, keep
Yeah.
being friends.
We wanted to make the decision when Tim got back, but then when we saw that wasn't going to happen, well, at least in my mind, I was like, I don't want to have this conversation unless we absolutely have to,
Mm-hmm.
because I think that like kind of ruffles feathers within the tribe, and I think like maybe not having to go to tribal until this point has kind of helped us keep, because there hasn't been any like betrayal or voting out yet.
Yeah. And I was going to say, does that make this a little bit more stressful, because this is where you test all of those conversations and relationships and trusts now, because you didn't get to earlier? Is that
Us are injured.
Riley, you seem, I'm just saying, you're doing really well in the challenges that you're working on. Is this something that you are using as a benefit to the tribe? And I can ask this about anyone. I think all of you are doing really great, but I personally didn't know that you were so physically capable. Thank you. And so oh, it's a little frog.
All the challenges that we've lost and the ones we've won have been, I'll say, resounding, but more comfortable. Where I think that's a testament to trust each other and have that camaraderie to kind of everyone rally together. So, kind of back to your question, everyone has strengths and weaknesses. Everything by a little shot. So, I think it's going to try together. And to your question, where it gets a little little tricky where it was all rainbow and butterflies and we're all super, I think a nice group, but now it gets a little here, so it'll be more interesting to happen.
Is there I guess idle hunting, scrambling for advantages, anything to that nature, either lately or throughout the last 24 hours? Yes, I see a head nod.
Joe sent us up, but then didn't follow us and walked back down. Maybe sus. And I was like walking back, and I take like 5 steps and stop, so I like my knees okay, and I looked back and I saw Katie and Joe, and I was like, "Fuck! I wonder if I go now." It's the second day, so when everyone got back, I was like, "Everybody are looking for idols."
Okay, so that did happen at some point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we've been looking.
Yeah.
Did anyone want to mess up on anything? If they, no, probably. No.
Our worst case was that Tim had it.
Yeah. Oh. He cannot talk to you. So. Speaking of idols, do you think any advantage will play tonight? Because we all know everyone has shot in the dark. So there's always an opportunity for that. Do we think that's gonna happen?
Does anyone feel safe? Does anyone feel? Who doesn't feel safe? Okay, there's a couple hands, couple things. Go.
Do you feel like the storm has created a scenario in which you're going to have a lot less sure of what's going to happen than you would sandstorm?
Yeah, we definitely had a lot less time to talk, especially
Yes,
one-on-one.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah, a lot of
could be a
talking
problem.
was about how the fuck we're gonna get back up that trail in this rain. And I was like, I barely got the fuck down here on this drive.
Yeah, we were holding at least until it got calm. We do want to say this is your tribal council, so we're asking questions, but if there's anything anyone wants to talk about, anyone wants to say anything, anyone wants to ask any questions, we're here for that.
Can I have a couple of Alka-Seltzers to poison the bullfrog downstairs? Okay.
So, I guess at your camp, has anyone emerged as a leader that everyone listens to, or are you all pretty like independent?
Or cohesive.
I think for
Cohesive,
me, it's cohesive. Yeah. I think this far it's kind of been about how we move forward as a tribe versus like the individual. Actually, we're talking about that when we're talking about who to vote out. Is that I don't feel like we're at that part where we're starting to think about our individual games so much as we are moving ahead as a tribe.
Yeah.
So do you think that this vote will strengthen the tribe?
Not for the fucking person going inside. Well, actually, yes, because yes, I actually do somehow. With a couple of us being injured, we were like, it wouldn't be too bad. And even in that, I'm kind of proud of us because it's still like the cohesiveness and thinking about what's best for the tribe kind of a thing. You know, I know like my left knee has really been hurting, so going down is not that bad, but by the time I'm up here, I'm already like, fuck, bro. Like, so I was like, I don't know if I'm useful in the challenges or not, and I don't want to completely fucking injure myself and then get stuck down there. So
It almost sounds like you're volunteering. Is that what I'm hearing?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's more about this. So as these challenges keep going and my left knee is hurting, walking up and down that thing, I feel like me getting injured is inevitable. So I'm kind of at a point where like either I want to fucking win or I want to not get injured.
Okay.
Or if I'm going to get injured, I want to like it has to have a purpose to it. I don't want to be in pain for further pain for no reason.
I see. And so obviously we're talking about this out in the open. Was this a conversation that you've already had and we're just kind of addressing it now openly?
Yeah, I mean, I saw people like sneaking off to have conversations and stuff, and I know that we initially when we were talking about it, I was like, we were talking about who do we vote out. But then like as it kept going and when that storm hit, I sat down in the tent, talked to Ash and I talked to Felix a little bit, and like I could just feel my knee throbbing. And in that moment, I was like, we could do this and fuck up the tribe vibes, or I could just tell people honestly, like, hey, here's what's going on with me physically. And I'm not great at challenges in the first fucking place. So I was like, if that's what it needs to be, like, I would rather you guys vote me out, me not be injured, and still keep some kind of cohesive. Say the word. That's the one.
Okay.
So I think that's interesting, Tug, because there were still several people who put their hands up indicating that they don't feel safe. So
I was gonna say, could this be something? Who's to say that this is not a strategy and or a blindside? You know.
That way once, but that's not what's
I did
happening right
too.
now.
With that being said, we're about to get to the votes, but is there anybody else who wants to opine on anything that Tug said or have any final thoughts before we get to the voting?
Yeah, making fires hard.
Yes, Lynn.
So this was a conversation that I brought up with a couple of different people, and there were some agreements. Just because we did have Tim be medically evacuated, and maybe this is blindside, maybe this isn't, but a volunteer at this point. We do feel like maybe there are alliances on this other tribe, and by the time that merge hits, we don't know where we stand collectively and with them, because they've been through tribal twice. They've had to make the hard votes. Meanwhile, we still have this cohesiveness that is great now, but there is a possibility that it could set us back, and it has made a couple of us kind of curious about where we stand later.
Okay, yeah. So you don't know where you stand when it comes to each other or the perception of the other tribe. Yeah. And that it's always kind of a.
Fair, Crawford is the only one I've ever backstabbed and lied to. In
Ever?
Survivor. Yes.
Okay.
I lied about one thing, which is that Faith is aware. That was the fucking irrelevant in that shit, though. It did not fucking matter. Other than that, I did not like. If I didn't want to tell somebody who I was voting or whatever was going to happen, I never did. I'm not that bitch, but like.
Okay. All right. And I just want to be clear, Tug. You want a vote to happen. You're not saying snuff my torch right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to let us down. Two people fucking. No, fuck that.
All right. I just wanted to make sure. I think if unless anyone has anything else to say, you ready to get to the vote? Huh? My phone? Yes. No, mine's right here. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna get Katie set up, Paul, and Paul's gonna get the music. You just let us know. Oh, Katie, did you take the mic? I know. Nice trick there. On purpose. You need it? No, she doesn't need it. Okay. Okay, good. You have it. Yeah. Good. Don't forget the shot in the dark rules. If you do want to use your shot in the dark, you hand your die to Katie, and she will open a box for you with a set of 6 scrolls. One will say safe, the other 5 will say not safe. You do not open it, you bring it back here. And when we ask for idols or advantages before we read the votes, then you will bring us the scroll unread and we'll read it for you. And you do give up your vote if you want to use your shot in the dark. Right there on the front porch. And Ash, let's go ahead and start with you because Katie is ready. Yeah.
The shot in the dark that you have.
It's only for you, but you are allowed to give it away.
Before the votes are ready?
Yes.
also, if I'm not, and I'm gonna put torture, I'm just gonna
She's not gonna go with
Huh? Just,
Okay, Ben,
Lynn,
you're up, please.
you're up. Unless this is a pull. It's hard to get him like a cat. He's dying. Fine. Yeah, but what the fuck?
Okay. Tug,
Tug.
you're up.
Tug is incoming. You said incoming. Or okay. No, they're all on that one. That one.
Yeah, it's flipping. Yes. Paul, can you check on that split along the farther end? Cat's torch. Can you check on cat's torch? Can you have me fine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because he's like,
That headset is. I wonder if we can buy like better headsets, but for this mic, for the walkie-talkies, you know. That's not really good. I'm sure. I would do this one Meta.
taking it too, for that reason. Holding on. He's got one too many now. See what Will's.
He did. He let Will's. Will's is about to go up.
I know.
Everything okay up there, Katie? You don't need Will's. Yeah. Is everything okay up there, Katie? Over?
I think Will just got eliminated. No.
No, she cannot. Over.
Thank you for sending the Advil down.
Looks my water bottle in the bathroom, by the way.
You can get it. Yeah, after this.
Jonathan.
Jonathan. I don't know. So maybe. Well, yeah. It's the way. It's fun. It's almost over.
Paul. Paul, come on. Paul, come on. Justin.
What do you-
Justin or Paul, come on.
What's up with your mic? Oh, the music ended.
Can you look at the music? Oh. And also, what's your plan? I thought you wired it up. Maybe, no, maybe take the dry wood out of here. This is about over. But try and salvage the dry wood from the fire.
Felix, yeah. Go ahead. Felix is on his way.
Copy Felix is on the phone. Copy.
We're pretty sure that Felix gave his to Cat. Over. Cat. Over.
To it from the document.
All right, Cat, you can go ahead and go up. I don't know why I pushed the button to say that out loud, but I'm glad I warned you. Over. Brought 2 bottles.
You good?
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know. The other one might be in the under, like with the.
Fireplace?
Yeah. I'm glad we bought those 2 bottles. We might.
There's a funnel on fire.
Oops. This rain. We knew it was gonna happen. We knew.
What's the stuff?
Yeah, it's just stop like a lot. We know I don't know.
Okay, Riley. 10-4.
Okay. Yeah. I'll leave this here and then we can talk over there.
Garrett. How many viewers?
We appreciate it. All right, we're on. Tell her.
Thank you. We're just right up. All right, guys, we're gonna go tally the votes. Sound is nice though. I can't right now. Yeah. Watch. I'm gonna I felt